Okay. Well, this is Ramsu here, and we're going to do a quick review of your essays so you can know where to improve and how to get your required band faster. All right. So this is from the first person to submit, and that's our celebrate Christiana. So the question for this week is actually the first question in task 2, and it says represent 40 minutes. Okay, you should spend about 40 minutes on this task. Present a written argument on the case to educate readers about with no specialist knowledge in the following topic. So the main question is: it is important for children to learn the difference between right and wrong at early age. Punishment is necessary to help them learn this distinction. To what extent do you agree or disagree with this opinion? What sort of punishment should parents and teachers be allowed to use to teach good behavior to children? And of course, you're told to give reasons for your answer, include any relevant examples from your own knowledge or experience. Write at least 250 words. All right. So, Christiana's essay. Let's get to it. Yeah, I like analysis. Is of course this is two parts of double question. Correct. Okay. So, remember the four paragraph structure. You are to first paraphrase and state your opinion. That's for your yeah. For the first paragraph states and paraphrase, state your opinion, or and just give your main ideas. So it says it's paramount for young ones to have knowledge of good and bad behavior at tender age. In order to differentiate between the two behaviors, there is need to punish them. This essay totally agrees with the statement because it can reduce crime rate in society. Parents and teachers should only be allowed to punish children moderately when teaching them good conduct. Okay, so let's take a look at this. It says, first, you paraphrase, which is great. Now, did you give a point about this? You gave your opinion, which is beautiful. What sort of punishment should parents and teachers be allowed to use to teach good behavior to children? Now, this is where I fought you a bit. Now, you made an attempt, but you didn't give the kind of punishment you want. You mentioned the the level at which the severity of the punishment. That's what you talked about. You wrote about not the sort of means that the kind of punishment should they be should the parents or the teachers spank them, or should you just use verbal correction, or maybe deny them of you should ground them, like deny them of video games or any of the favorite play fun giving activity. You understand? So that's what usually they're asking for, not the severity or not the severity of the punishment, but just what sort of punishment. I say punishment. What sort of punishment, right? So you did well, but you just have to improve on trying to understand what is actually what are required. So this idea is good, but it's not relevant enough. That's what's really challenge. Your second idea, not two of them. The first is beautiful, your paraphrasing was great, but the second idea wasn't relevant enough. Now, so the second paragraph, which is your first supporting paragraph, says to curb crime in society, children must know the difference between good and bad conduct. The children needs to be taught this at early stage of their life. They should be punished, which is yeah, okay. So you are because this is for the first idea. So and that's what you're doing. I like what you're doing. You're following the structure and you're doing it right. You're opening your topic sentence. Now let's say if you drop an example. The student needs to be taught this at this stage of their life. They should be punished so that they can imbibe the right attitude as they grow. As they grows. Oh, sorry, this is not as they grows. As they grow. Um, we shared vital grammar, I think, before you came. Okay, I will just repeat it again. I think I'll add it to the course area for everybody to study. You need to know that so that your grammar doesn't affect you. Remember the four areas, the four marking criteria: vocabulary, you have grammar, you have coherence and cohesion and task achievement, the four areas. So you don't want grammar actually affecting you. You don't want that affecting you. So actually, plural of verb end with singular a singular condition for verb end with s. So this one say grows, runs, plays, uh, verbs like that. They are for singular now. But for plural now, they don't have s. They actually just be grow. All right. So children with bad behavior, children in addition to grows. We are talking about children grow because understand grow up to become deviants. Okay, children with bad behavior grow to become deviants, indulge in different crimes, which subsequently has negative impact on society. Good. For example, which is right. I love this. You're following the structure for each supporting paragraph. Thumbs up. For example, when a child is not rebuked for stealing, such acts of stealing will continue in the child and eventually result in armed robbery. So you are good. So yeah, you did well for this. You did well for this. You did well for this. You just have to improve on your grammar. Yes. And it's yeah, just your grammar. That's the only thing that you need to work on. And as promised, I'm going to add that to the course. So everybody's going to get better grammar. I'm going to add it to the course here so everybody can have access to it. All right. Then okay, let's check your next paragraph. It says parents and teachers should not over-punish your children while teaching them good conduct. Punishing children beyond limits has negative effect on their health. This can either lead to disability or death of the child. For example, when a child stole meat and the parent cut the child's body with razor blade, the child can bleed to death from the bleeding site. Likewise, a child beaten with stick can become blind from the broken stick that enters the eye. So good, you following the structure, but like I said, this won't any more marks because of the idea was is not relevant, so you'll be faulted for tax achievements here. So just take your time. I'm going to address it. Let's go to the conclusion part. Okay, let me. In conclusion, it is necessary for children to know the difference between good and bad conduct at tender age, and they should be punished to learn the good conduct. Okay, parents and teachers should only punish children moderately when learning good character. Beautiful. In general, you did well. Yep, in general, you did well. You just have to improve on the grammar. Your grammar, your grammar. That's the only thing really help you with right now. Yeah, thumbs up. So now your things you learned how to structure an essay in the four paragraph into four paragraph, which you actually did, right? How to paraphrase, you did that well. And how to write conclusion of an essay, you did that greatly. Good. So taking time to think an idea and examples. And this will come with practice. That's the only truth. It will come with practice. So it won't fall from heaven. You won't unless you are already a sound storyteller or you're familiar with things like this. But if you aren't, this will come with practice. So there are a lot of other questions in the question bank. You can just spare time. You can just go to the question bank and please study from IELTS 7 down. Don't study between 1 and 7. No, study from IELTS 7 down. That's what will help you the most. They are more recent and very, very valid. All right. So for ideas and examples, the more you write, the better you become because you exercise your brain on this and it become more potent in producing examples. Thumbs up as Christiana. Okay, I'm going to go back to the next person here. The next person is where you okay. It's a Shola. I know he called you Ola just now. Huh? Damn. I like the way you do your stuff. But don't put supporting paragraph on. Don't put supporting paragraph on when you're writing on the example. Don't do it like this. So I understand what you mean here, but don't do it like this in the example at all. But I like your presentation. It's very nice. And your handwriting is good. Okay, I'm just gonna download this so I can easily. Okay. Mm-hmm. All right, that's good. That's good. That's good. Okay. I can just use this. I think I can use this. Okay. No need of going. Okay, double question next, which is true introduction. At an early age, let me turn off this one. All right. At an early age, it is crucial for teenagers to study the disparity between right and wrong. To assist them master this perception, retribution is mandatory. To this extent, study has shown that disciplined infants turn out to be good role models in the future, even when they are being denied a life of luxury as an adolescent at early age. This is too much grammar, honestly. And we can't spot if your your answer for each of the two questions. To what extent do you agree or disagree? You didn't state that. What sort of punishment should parents and teachers be allowed to use to teach good behavior to children? You did not state that. So as you can see, this is not top notch. You get just follow the structure. Just follow the structure. If you can cram it, just follow the structure. You don't have to be fancy. You don't have to be complicated. Just follow the structure. Paraphrase. First sentence paraphrase. Then look at the question. I call them the instruction words. The instruction words. Look at them, okay, and see, okay, what do they want you to talk about? They want you to agree or disagree. Then agree or disagree. Then also they ask you what sort of punishment. Then state that punishment, and you're good. It's very, very easy. IS is easy if you can just follow these simple rules. You get it? So this to assist the master, yeah, so you paraphrase, which is good. Now, but we can't really, you can't tell, you just give an example. You can't tell you didn't state your main ideas. You didn't agree or disagree, you just state your main idea for the second question. You see, so it's evident here. Now, this is going to negatively affect your tax achievement, and it will also negatively affect your um, cohesion and cohesion, coherence and cohesion. You get it? So subsequently, 55% of teenagers that are well disciplined exhibit good characters. Parents and children giving gi- okay, parents and child caregivers understand the positive effect of sanctioning adolescents. This enables them make good choices in life and equally impacts society for good. I cannot forget my childhood days easily as my father never spared the rod in correcting my errors. He seldom cautioned me whenever I tried to imitate bad characters and associate with friends with ungodly manners. Okay, this is good. You gave your main topic sentence, you explained it, and you gave example. Good. You should have agreed. If you agreed there, it's a lot better. If you have agreed in your first paragraph, it would be a lot better, and your points would have been higher. But this your supporting paragraph is nice. I have to say that. All right, now your supporting paragraph two. Guidance and teachers need to always employ a role in correcting children. However, momentary denial of luxury may be a good sort of sanction for toddlers. That's good. A different instance as a teenager, my mom has had to chastise me seriously, both in the public and in the closet, withholding toys, clothes, school bags, shoes, and so on. I remember vividly when she denied me of riding on my new BMX bicycle, which dad bought for me when I clocked 6 years old, as a form of punishment for my wrong act. Though it helps me in realizing, is there a full stop here? I think you should, yeah, there should be one because the sentence is becoming too long and stressful to understand. Okay, though it helped me in realizing, but if there's one here, your T has to be capital letter. I don't know. I can't really see this. I think there's a full stop there. With this full stop, your next sentence, of course, you start your sentence with a capital letter, just regular English punctuation. Windows. All right. Let me see that. There. Though it helped me in realizing the right from wrong. Conclusion. Okay. In conclusion, it is of importance that others require discipline for them to differentiate good and bad. This will shape them into better adults in the future. Holding back much losing could be a form of sanctions, or could be a form of sanctioning erring children. Of course, you use high vocabulary, which is very obvious. Um, it's good if you know if so far they they're correct. So as long as they're correct, like they fit into the context of the essay, there's no problem. But if they don't, then there's a big problem. So but majorly your conclusion, you didn't okay, you just give your opinion, give your opinion, you give your opinion, yeah. Your conclusion is not it's not bad. Though it could be a lot better if you follow the exact structure that is uh you could sometimes somehow paraphrase, then of course just like your conclusion should you need to be it should, it kind of should be similar with your introduction. You can paraphrase, or you can just paraphrase and give your opinion and rephrase your opinion again, or you can just, for this which is a double question, you can just give your opinion and call it a day. So, in a nutshell, you need to begin your essay with the front foot. So, yeah, you need to bring your essay. You need to begin the essay with a very good introduction because that's where the first impression. That's where the examiner will get the first impression. So, the uh, work on your introduction, and the rest of your essay will follow suit. Your supporting paragraphs are great. Your conclusion is decent. All right, good one. Now, let me see your comments. You said, funny paragraph made it easier for me to perfectly understand what I'm to do. However, my challenge is learning not to exceed the maximum sentence and still get a supporting paragraph captured. Okay, maximum sentence. You don't have to. You don't have. There's no maximum sentence. You just want to be. Uh, you don't want to. Okay. There's no maximum sentence. First of all, there's no maximum sentence. Like this is the number of sentences you must write in each supporting paragraph. No. Now, the only reason why I recommend you do at least like maximum of 5 or 4, it's because you don't want to spend too much time on one particular idea and give little time to the second idea, which will make your essay imbalanced. You understand? So if you check, let me show you something here. There are two questions here. Now, this is supposed to get 50% attention, and this is supposed to get 50% attention. If this is getting 75% attention, 25%, and this is getting 25% attention, it's not your essay won't be coherent. That's just it, and it's going to negatively affect your score. So basically, there's really no maximum number of maximum sentences. No, there's no. You just want to be smart about it. That's just it. All right. Ifoma, how are you? Okay, I have to download this and try it. Okay. I'll tell you this anyway. Okay. Okay. Let me so I can see this clearly. Okay, question one is an opinion question type. Mm, it's not really an opinion, it's a double question actually because you have two sets of questions. An opinion is a double question that has an opinion question inside. It's crucial for youngsters to know. Let me point that out for you so you understand what I mean. I understand this way you say you this is what made you think that it's an opinion question. Yes, it has an opinion question, but it's a double question because it has two questions as asked. Understand? So this should be if your first idea, your main idea, your first idea should be from this, which you, of course, you'll be writing about in your supporting paragraph one. Then your next idea, your next main idea, which you will talk about, which you should write in details in your second supporting paragraph will come from here. Understand your point to why you're saying it's an opinion question, but truly it is a double or two-part question type because it has two questions. Now, the reason why you should know the question type is so that you can use the right four paragraph structure. That's the major reason why I insist everybody knowing the question type so you know the right four paragraph structure to use. That's the major reason. Because if you follow an opinion question, you won't be able to answer this following the structure of an opinion question. You won't. Get to your essay. It is crucial for youngsters to know how to differentiate between good or bad at an early age. Therefore, one key instrument to accomplishing this is to chasten them when necessary. This word, I don't know what's this one. Chasten. I'll check it up. Okay, I'm online. Let me check it up. Or is it chasten? Let me see. Okay. This is a T then. So I'm thinking this is a T. That's hard to. That's really hard. Yeah, that's something you should be wary of. This looks like an E, and these guys, this looks like an E. You should work on your writing, please, please, please. You should, when necessary. Personally, I concur to this, with reason being that a total left without correction can become a harm to the society. You see, now you use an opinion question type now, and you've totally ignored this question. This means 50% of the marks that is allocated to this you can't get. You see why I say you see why I'm saying that you should know the question type because if look at it now, you just agreed and disagreed. You just agreed, you paraphrased and agreed, and you left this out totally. And this is 50% of the total marks. Actually, this is 33% of it. That's one third of the entire mark you get for writing because your writing task two has 66% of the entire marks. Your writing task one has 34%. You understand now? So like 30%, that means you this, as it is right now, if this was a retest, the maximum you can get right now out of band 9, the maximum you can get, band 9 divided by 3 is 3. So you can only, the maximum you can get is a band 6 already. Just by this mistake, the maximum you get is a band 6. And that's assuming you get maximum points from writing tax 1, which is almost impossible. Which is almost impossible. So you can see this is why I say it is important for you to know the question type and know the 4 paragraph structure to use. This is why people fail and they think it's one thing. IS is wicked. So some IS can be tough, but not necessarily wicked. You get it, Yoma? So take note of this. So as it stands, you've lost 30% of the full writing test. The maximum you can get is including, that's assuming you get the maximum point from writing tax 1. The maximum you can get is a band 6 already because you've neglected 50% of your writing tax 2 question. The environs is in which we are in. The environs in which we are in has its capacity to unleash behavioral manner to innocent ones, whether right or wrong. Hmm. On Thursday, you'll be using pencil, so I'm assuming you wipe this out and to be clearer. But this is like a capital letter, and this sentence actually is not clear. It's difficult to understand. The environment in which we are in, it's kind of complex. Has its maybe it should be a comma here, something. Yeah, a comma here to give a pause. Has its capacity to unleash behavioral manner to innocent ones, whether right or wrong. The little one upbringing, shit. The little one upbringing is paramount at their prime age, and corrections given to them at this stage goes to a long way, goes a long way actually. If you want to use this, not go to a long way, goes a long way on their relevance to the society. For instance, a kid, huh? This is hard though. These are you're writing very fast words. For instance, a kid was cautioned by his parents not to bully his younger ones or a female gender because of his age difference. So that's that's when he is of age, won't be caught in the net of domestic violence. Honestly, this is difficult to understand. What's this? Won't be caught in the is in net of domestic. Honestly, this is hard to understand. Yeah. Um, advice: use short sentences. Yes, that's my advice for you. Use short sentences. Don't break your sentences. You should use short sentences to help you. So let's say for this, say the environs in which we are in has its capacity to unleash behavioral manner on innocent ones, whether right or wrong. The little this is a capital L. We're treating the capital L. So okay, the little one upbringing is paramount at their prime age, and the corrections given to them at this stage goes a long way. That is, use shorter paragraphs, use the essay paragraph, use shorter sentences. It will help you uh, to make your essay coherent, to make it more understandable. All right, and don't feel bad that you have errors in your essay. That's why you are here, because that's why if your essay is if you don't have errors in your essay, enough, then I'm of no use to you, and also you're of no use to me because I'm here to help people who have issues. Understand? So don't feel bad. It shows that you you can identify things that will make you lose points in the re-exam, and it shows that you can improve. And once you improve, you get your desired band. All right. So don't feel bad. Learn, learn. So break your sentences into smaller. Break your sentences, make them shorter. Don't make them longer as they are right now. And do it. Use when you write a sentence, do well to read it aloud before you continue. After you want to write a sentence, read it loud. As in, I don't mean you make it very loud and you disturb people around. No, but like read it aloud so that you get the flow and see if it's confusing or not. Okay, let's move to the next one. The next, okay, it's disciplining actions like verbal correction with little spark by Kane is accepted to instill. Please, you have to work on this T. Honestly, um, I'm yeah. It looks like P. It looks like E. You have to work on this T. Seriously, you have to. As a matter of fact, some people will think this is the I. This is an I because that's where the dot is on. It looks like a P. It looks like an E. You already have to work on the T. Good habits. Now, this? Look at this. More like EO to child to children. Yeah, I think this is just a mistake. Children is what else? An infant, an infant not cautioned with a rod can undergo discipline when he or she becomes an adult. I'm just going to point it out so you understand. Look at this. What does it look like? This look like a adult. This look like a D rather, not a T. Guardians should be allowed to use this maltreatment to train up a youngster. Adamu, a lecturer with the University of Benin, told a story of how he got a permanent mark on his hand by his dad simply because of his constant bad habit of leaving the restroom without flushing the water system. That's a very long sentence. So try and break your sentences down to help you, to make it understandable and to give you higher marks. That singular, there's no I, act of warning made him a decent man always. In always. In conclusion, comma, this is a comma, so we should start with a small letter I in this it, not a capital letter because it's not a full stop. It's expedient for kids. You always, when you write your I, sometimes you forget to put the dots. It's not good to learn how to COT. You write it more like this, it will be better. Write it more like this. You can write. So if you write this way, it will be better than this format. How to contrast between where is accept and what is that? Okay, what I'm thinking is where already. What is accepted and what is not accepted with chastisement by beating, and caregivers should be able to use this as an instrument to teach distinct behaviors in youth for them to become respectable in our society. Okay, challenge is trying to get synonyms for supporting words and grammatical structure. It's obvious. And I'm happy because you know that you realize these things and you fix them. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that tomorrow. Do that tomorrow. The Brisa grammar. Please don't take. I'm begging you, don't take your IS in East. Don't take your IS in East. Stay in this group. follow the assignments, and if need be, maybe you join the intensive care, highest intensive care program. It's different from this Avengers program, but that one is more intensive and it's, of course, laser focused on individual because you need a lot of help. All right. So, terms of all I've said, your T, especially shorten your paragraph, shorten your sentences. Then, most importantly, learn how to identify the question type so you don't lose large portion of marks like that. Okay, nice one, Ifuma. Wenki Amarachi. Let me see. Okay, I don't need to download this one. Writing tax 2. An opinion question type. Whoa. Just like Ifuma said. But by now you should have learned why it's not. Parents are the role model to their children. They are the first teachers their children meet. They should act out their way. They should act out the way they want the children to be, starting from newborn to adolescence. You just ended the paragraph. That's the introduction. That's not a paraphrase of the question. I strongly prefer disciplining a child to disciplining a child. It's very important. I want to ask, did you watch the course at all? Important in child rearing. We tell the child to develop self-control. Discipline aim to encourage. Please, you have to go and read this. You have to go back and actually even if it was an opinion question, you will do it this way. You won't just your first paragraph will be like this is one paragraph, it's another paragraph, this very okay, this one paragraph, a very short paragraph, another paragraph. These are already four paragraphs already. Five, six. This is not what I teach. This is not what I teach. Mm-mm. So please go back. Even if it was an opinion question, I don't what I taught you is four paragraphs only. So please go back and study because yeah, this should be a I know it's an Igbo name. I can't remember now. Justin Wankwo. Inculcating sound morals into the life of youngsters at infantry period. It's very crucial. Infancy period, it's not really, don't make it too verbose. Just say infancy. At infancy is very crucial. Instead of saying infancy, infantry period, just say infancy. Simplicity is it's key. It's one of the ways to get high marks in IELTS because the simpler your sentences, the simpler your essay, the more the examiner can understand it. And as long as they can understand it, it's easier for them to give you your desired score. Simplicity is key. And I hope for those who have done who I have addressed, I hope you're still watching because if you don't watch, you will not learn from your colleagues. So if I've not gotten to yours, watch to the very end and learn from everybody's feedback. All right. Okay. The most significant approach to separating right from wrong while building the morality of youngsters is the use of retribution or negative reinforcement. I entirely subscribe to this opinion. I entirely subscribe to this opinion because retribution for every wrong action from youngsters teaches them a lesson in life. Nice. However, this punishment must be psychological instead of mere physical pressure. Beautiful. Beautiful. Now, I'm saying it's beautiful because paraphrase, do your English, your, I said English, do your Your vocabulary is very high. That's true, but it's good as because they um they fit into the context of the essay. That's not bad. If it's as long as they fit into it, you're good. Just like I told them, Shola. So it's not problem. And I like the way you subscribe. Said of course you tell you subscribe to this opinion, and then you answered to you address the two parts of the question. So essentially, punishment from developmental psychology theories serve as a learning skill to teach children specific lessons. In building the moral blocks of young people, psychologists recommend that every action must be either rewarded or punished. By so doing, children easily take notice of what is acceptable and what is not acceptable to society. The disease from behaviors usually accompanied with punishment and take lessons that certain behaviors have consequences. Typically, a child who stands out some lesson period of the classroom as punishment to late coming would not wish to repeat the attitude in the next class. Nice. Furthermore, punishments are meant for learning purposes and not harming the children. Therefore, punishment must be tailored to groom the emotional balance among youngsters without exerting much pressure on their bodies. Here, retributive actions like denial of leisure or withdrawal of attention from youngsters could serve as a model punishment. The goal is to establish that with certain behaviors, one cannot be allowed to enjoy certain benefits which others enjoy at the same time. For example, my last son would never enter my car for school drop if he fails to wash the dishes before 6:30 a.m. every morning. So, uncle, in conclusion, the only way to catch them young, as they say, is to teach children the idea of right and wrong from the cradle. The surest path to guarantee this moral bringing is to effectively use the punishment and reward approach. The only emphasis is on using the psychological punishment style instead of the physical style, which, by the way, is obsolete in the 21st century. Now, I just remember something I just wanted to mention here is this that, like I said in the course, your essay, your examples mustn't be true. You just have to be realistic. You don't have to be true. So yes, you don't have to be true, but you just have to be realistic. I just thought I should point that out. So in a nutshell, yes, your essay is good. Improvement out okay. Improvement. You use a lot of high vocabulary, which is not it's not bad, but if you're if the, well, you don't it's not bad, but you don't want your examiner look using dictionary to check every every word in your essay. Understand? Or trying to read the meaning to the words you've written down so that they can um, decide if this thing you're saying is contextually in line with the essay with the topic of the essay. That's just my point. That's just my point. High vocabulary is good, but sometimes it might bring confusion, which can turn out to be a negative. But if you are like Obayabo, no problem, and that's your way of doing things. All right, great. So the next person is this all? Oh, Omolara, you is a doc format. You typed this. Please next one don't type. Handwriting is another thing because if it's typed here, there's no way I can you change the face and is paraphrasing. I hope to. Let me go back and see that. I hope to improve better with more practice. All right. Yeah, this like I said, after like I was saying, the issue with this is that Your handwriting is important, but if you're typing like this, it's bad for me to correct you the way I corrected the former. All right. So next time use handwriting, and also I recommend that most of you should use pencil. Just like it should be dark enough for me to see when you snap. If it's not dark enough, or you can just use your pen, but I prefer pencil and make sure it's dark. I prefer pencil so that you will start having the examination hall experience because you're using pencil of course on Thursday. The punishment set by children is good in order to assist them to distinguish between good and bad attitude at a younger age. I agree that children who do wrong should receive a punishment to make them learn from their past mistakes and not to repeat wrong attitude in the future. Children who are found guilty of doing wrong should be denied the favorite activities, games, and be given more chores to do at home. So this is nice now. Beautiful paraphrasing. And you're complaining. Seriously? This is nice. You get okay, maybe it took you time to come up with it. I think so, but the paraphrasing is good. If it's taking you a lot of time to paraphrase, then of course with practice you will get better at it and it will come to you faster. But thumbs up, your paraphrasing is good. The younger ones that do well now, okay, there's already a challenge. I don't say a problem. This is five, paragraph one, two, three, four, five. It's supposed to be four paragraphs. My introduction is good. The younger ones that do wrong should be corrected with necessary punishment that will be remembered and painful to them. This will help them not to repeat such in the future and patterns to be avoided. The punishment that can be given to children such you got introduction right, but you didn't get supporting paragraph right at all. The supporting paragraph one should of course be on the first because this is a double question essay type. It should be on this on you should be detailing why you agree or you disagree with the opinion, and of course explain and you give example to support your position. And here you just explain, but now you have moved to the second one. So that's not it. The punishment that can be given to children would be to deny them from the favorite engagement, either in school or at home. Some children like to play football during the break time in school or after daily work at home. Such children should be denied to go from the football game, while the teacher or parent will make it known to the children that the reason he or she was denied to engage in football activities was a result of wrong attitude. The chores and home of church should be increased. So you can see now, look at it, a strong imbalance. As I said, you should. That's why I always recommend the four paragraph. The four paragraph structure, there will never be an imbalance. A lot you mentioned a lot about the second question, but the first was not well developed, which will negatively affect your task achievements. Yes, will negatively affect your task achievements. In conclusion, giving the children punishment to enable them to know the right and wrong things, denying them of favorite games and doing more chores will enable them not to not to repeat wrongdoings. Their conclusion is good, but supporting paragraph is where you missed it. So go back and watch how to make it, how to actually write a comprehensive supporting paragraph. All right. So I'll tie up the cutting here. I'll tie up the cutting here with Lara, and I hope you understand. I hope you guys understand. Have take homes from this. If you have any question, you can ask in the group. If you have any question or you don't understand anything, any of the things I explained here, ask in the group. For and also I've already posted the assignment for this week in the assignment channel. If you are not if you're not yet subscribed to the assignment channel, there's a pinned post in this group. Just look at the very top of the post. You will see at the top of the group where the name is under. Look at it here. It's here. This one. It should be that in your phone. This is a desktop. Of course, this is Telegram desktop. But people should be able to see the pinned message in your phone. Just click on it to open it to be able to read it, and the link is there. Or maybe I'll just add the link under this video when I post it in the group. All right. So that's it for this feedback session. Good night and God bless. Bye.